The governor just finishing his what's become almost a daily news conference now just a short while ago. We'll go through the numbers first and then give you a little indication of some of the other things the governor said and some of what's being said about a Cleveland judge here, as well as some discussions taking place nationally. First of all, the numbers here in Ohio. The governor and the health director, Dr. Amy Acton, confirming we now have 247 cases. 247 cases of the coronavirus in 33 of Ohio's 88 counties. Here in Northeast Ohio, some of the numbers, 92 of the 247 cases in the state are here in Cuyahoga County. Summit County has 15, Mahoning has 14, Stark County with 8 cases. We are seeing nationally more of the cases seem to be clustered in cities where people, of course, often are closer together than in suburban or rural counties. In addition, the governor and the health director indicating that this is a critical time. The governor asking everyone to say to themselves when they go to bed at night, did I do everything I could today to help stop the spread? So we're sort of at the moment, the governor indicating we expected a rise like this, but now we're kind of close to the point where Italy and South Korea were a little bit more than a week ago. South Korea went this way. That's the flattening of the curve, meaning they didn't have a ton of increase in cases. Italy went this way. More than 600 people died in Italy 2 days ago, just in a single day. So the governor and the health director indicating it's time to, she used the hurricane analogy, batten down the hatches. The governor did not order any more substantial closures except for one today regarding people with developmental disabilities and transportation. He said the programs would continue, but they would not allow groupings of more than 10 people. So they're rethinking how they're going to provide those services, but they won't be in groups any larger than 10. But the governor's still hinting that more closures may be coming. People for a while have expected that to include daycares, which it has not yet. The governor also yesterday indicating that businesses, some are doing a great job of helping with this effort, others are not. He pointedly indicated that other states have done more restrictive measures than Ohio has. Now, Ohio was at the front end. Remember, the governor said the Arnold Festival could continue 3 to 4 weeks ago, but without spectators. That was almost the first time you saw anything like this in the country. We then limited gatherings to no more than 100 before all of the major sports indicated that they would no longer hold their events. So Ohio was on the front end, hoping that that helps us flatten that curve, but the governor indicating that more restrictions are coming, and depending on how people are reacting to them, those restrictions could be much more restrictive than what we've seen. The governor said he had texts from some of people this morning around the state saying it looked like a normal Saturday morning in their areas, and he said we cannot have for a while any more normal Saturday mornings, meaning the type of contact that people are used to. We just cannot have. So there was also a matter regarding a Cleveland judge, a Muni Court judge, who basically was continuing to issue warrants when people were not showing up for traffic violations, even though, in other matters, even though people had been told to stay at home. So the Supreme Court of Ohio has issued an order saying that Judge Pinky Carr is deprived of any authority at this moment to preside in all criminal and traffic proceedings. Now, there was an affidavit filed to disqualify the judge. This gets a little technical. So right now the Supreme Court has says the judge can't do any criminal or traffic proceedings with some limited exceptions noted in the Ohio statute until a decision is made on that affidavit. So essentially the judge is barred right now, and the Supreme Court will rule on the affidavit asking for disqualification of the judge because she was continuing court even in the middle of this corona pandemic. So that is basically the latest information that concerns the judge and out of Ohio. And by the way, we're sort of at a point now where we're starting to see, at least on a national level, some a little bit, you want to call it pushback, but differing opinion. The Wall Street Journal editorial page saying that federal and state officials need to start adjusting their antivirus strategy or the human cost of job losses and bankruptcies will exceed what most Americans imagine, and they hearken back to it, this being bigger than the 2008-2009 recessions, unless, they said, government can adjust their response. So this is the point, and the governor has said he's going to err on the side of safety for people while still trying to keep the economy going. That is the balance that may become even more difficult for government officials to do in the days ahead. The Journal also indicating that when the government does a $1 trillion bailout, as it basically did on Wednesday, and the markets tank another 6%, there's an indication that there may not be buy-in that the strategy yet will work. But the governments, including Ohio, clearly having a difficult challenge in front of them to try to strike a balance to make sure they're protecting public safety. And the governor said he will err on that side without grinding the economy to a standstill. So that is basically the latest information at this time. Again, the numbers here in Ohio, 247 cases of the coronavirus now in 33 of our counties, 92 of those 247 here in Cuyahoga County, and we have recorded 3 deaths so far. The governor is saying, of course, these numbers are bigger than they've been, but this was not unexpected. And he did put up a map, 3 maps actually, from an article in the New York Times, one showing basically red across the continental United States in terms of the infection rates and indicating this was what would happen if we took no action, and it was a devastating map. And then there was a middle map with yellow in sections. This is what happens if we take some actions, and then there was a map showing much less penetration of the virus. If everyone is doing what they should do in stopping the spread, we can really flatten that curve, and the governor saying it's very simple. Fewer people will die the more we do to flatten this curve. Of course, the latest always on fox8.com and on the Fox 8 News app. We will be with you tonight for Fox 8 News at 6 and 10 on our broadcast. We are monitoring this for you. If everyone does what they are supposed to do, and it is keep a distance, wash your hands a lot, stay away from folks. We are all in this together, but to do so, we sort of have to stay apart. I'm Bill Sheil in the Fox 8 Newsroom. We'll have much more for you tonight at 6, as I said, on the Fox 8 News app and on fox8.com. Stay safe. Thank you.